So in this lecture, we will be talking about Zimbabwe's new gold-backed currency. We'll see what it is and what are the key features of it. And before we go into that, we will understand that why Zimbabwe has brought in a gold-backed currency. As in, what was the need? What was the need for it? That is one thing. And after bringing it, how will it address the need which was there for which this gold-backed currency was brought in? And we'll look at various other facts also about this particular currency. So let's get started first. Now this of course is in news because due to a long-standing instability, there was a long-standing instability, economic instability in the Zimbabwean economy, right? What has happened? The Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, that is RBZ, has launched a new gold-backed currency, and the name of that gold-backed currency is ZiG. Okay, ZiG, that is short for Zimbabwe Gold. ZI stands for Zimbabwe and G stands for gold. So the name is ZiG, that is Zimbabwe Gold. Now this will be replacing the Zimbabwean dollar. This would be replacing the Zimbabwean dollar. So as we speak presently, of course, dollars are still present in the Zimbabwean economy, and this has now also started floating in the economy. And the RBI has said that, not the RBI, the Central Bank of Zimbabwe, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has said that you can come and give us the dollars and take this ZiG with you, because they want to completely replace the Zimbabwean dollar with ZiG. Okay, so presently both the currencies are there, but the ZiG is going to ultimately replace the Zimbabwean dollar which is there. So this is something what ZiG looks like. This is the actual ZiG specimen currency over here. Okay, now what is the rationale behind this? We saw long-standing economic instability, but let us go more into detail. So Zimbabwe was having high inflation. Now when I talk about high, it was quite high. It was hyperinflation. Zimbabwe was having hyperinflation. Now what is hyperinflation? If you look at the types of inflation, if I explain you quickly the types of inflation, one is a slow or a creep inflation. Slow or creeping inflation. Now this inflation is actually a single digit inflation, that is it will be below 10%. Since it's below 10% and it is quite low, it is sort of predictable and can be controlled easily. Then you have galloping inflation. Now when you talk about the galloping inflation, of course it is more than the slow or creeping inflation. It goes into the double digits. This is your galloping inflation. So from 10% onwards it will start and go up to 99%, and even up to 100% it can go, but generally it's 2 digit is what we are talking about. So 100% we may not include, but it's a 2 digit. It's faster, it's higher than the slow or creeping. After this is what comes your hyperinflation. Now this hyperinflation is a very serious issue. As I said, here the economy, the inflation can be controlled to the best possible extent as compared to the others. Here also you can, but this is getting out of hand. Hyperinflation is sort of when things have gone out of hand. Okay, and you may be able to do just slightly something, and when it further increases you may not be able to do anything at all, and then the complete currency change, this, that, everything comes into the picture. So that is your hyperinflation. So hyperinflation would be in hundreds, and any guesses till how high it can go? It can go up to billions. Yes, absolutely billions. Has it happened? Yes, it has happened. Previously also it has happened. It has happened during World War II period. In Germany it has happened. Billions of percentage worth of inflation, wherein if you want to, it was advisable to burn the German currency for generating heat rather than utilizing that German currency to buy wood for generating heat. That is the amount of inflation which was there in billions of percentages. So it starts with 100 and it's billions, millions and billions, wherein there is no control over the economy, and then you come up with these measures. Recently Venezuela also faced, not recently as in few years back, Venezuela also faced hyperinflation situation. So they went back to sort of a barter system with respect to trade. India gave them certain agricultural produce as exports from India, and Venezuela gave us the crude oil. So that is the system, you know, the age-old systems we go back to, which can help you resurrect the economy. One such age-old system is also what? The gold-backed currency, which Zimbabwe has come up with. So that is your differentiation between slow creeping inflation, galloping inflation and hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is very dangerous. The economy can't do much about it. So Zimbabwe was grappled with high inflation rates surpassing 500% in recent years. Understand 500%. 500% meaning something which was 100 rupees. Now, how much will it cost? It will cost 5 times. So if the inflation would have been 100%, it will go to 200 rupees. Right? So it will add 500 rupees more to this. Add 500 rupees more to this. So it will cost 500 more, not 500, 500 rupees more. So rupees 500 additional plus 100 which was there. So it costs rupees 600. So the thing which was costing 100 rupees is now going to cost 600 rupees. Imagine petrol becoming 600 rupees liter. Right? And when the petrol becomes 600 rupees liter from 100, let's take an example, try to understand the scenario in India. Petrol or diesel is let's say 100 rupees, it becomes 600. Now everything else will go further costlier because diesel is costlier. Right? So this is the amount of inflation that was there. Now, because of which what is happening, the Zimbabwean dollar which was introduced was losing its value and sort of lost its value due to what? Due to hyperinflation, right? Because then, you know, you will not be able to buy much with 1 Zimbabwean dollar or 10 Zimbabwean dollar because there is so much hyperinflation. And also remember please, if there is so much of hyperinflation year on year, that has a compounding effect. Let us understand the compound effect. If something is of rupees 100, 500% inflation is there, it becomes of rupees 600. Now again, if 500% inflation is there, this will become how much? 6 into 5 plus 600, that gives you 3,600 rupees. So from 100 rupees, this is where you have come in just 1 or 2 years. Why? Because of the compounding effect. So that was the situation. Now, because of this, of course, countries started, this Zimbabwean gold was not the first step. They started relying on other currencies, on various other currencies, primarily the US dollars, right? But when you are using US dollars, you will not have much control because you cannot print US dollars. You are at the mercy of the market, right? So what will happen then? And leading to limited control over its economy, right? So because of these situations, Zimbabwe want to provide stability and restore confidence in the country's financial system. And to be able to do that, they came up with ZiG, that is Zimbabwean gold currency. Okay. Now look at the Zimbabwe's recent inflation profile. If you have a look at it, you will realize that, see, this is the overall inflation, this one. This is the overall inflation, somewhere in middle. Non-food is this. And just look at the food inflation. The most basic necessity is having the highest inflation, right? Going beyond 100%. This is recent, just a couple of years before, it was even more. And it was not going down. Still, it was like 100%. Up to March, it has crossed 100% as well. So very high inflation, as a result of which they have to go for this. Now, so how are they transitioning? The banks, they have been converting the previous national currency, that is the Zimbabwean dollars, into ZiGs. So when demonetization happened in India, we were also supposed to take the notes back to the bank, and the new notes were given to us. Here, it's a new, of course it's a new note, but of course it is also backed by gold which is there. Okay, so that why they are doing that? To promote simplicity, certainty and predictability in monetary and financial matters. How it will ensure these kind of things? Because it is backed by gold. Since it is backed by gold, it will actually address the issue of hyperinflation. Clear? Because see, when the currency was there which was not backed by gold, its value was going down. But now if the currency is backed by gold, now gold's value is not going down, it's going up, it is stable, it goes up, it slightly fluctuates at times. Historically it has kept on going up if you look at the data of the decades, past decades. So what will happen? This value will not go down, so hyperinflation issue will be addressed. That is the entire idea. Okay, now they are replacing Zimbabwean dollars, but some other currencies, let's say for US dollars which they were using, will still be in use. ZiG will circulate alongside other foreign currencies in the economy, but ZiG has come so that they can have more control over their economy. Now, what are the key features? Key feature is that it is backed by gold reserves. So because it's backed by gold reserves, it will ensure that it has a proper value, right? Because it is supported by physical gold. Now, in what denominations it will come? Important, just have a look at it, so that in prelims, if the options are there, you can easily eliminate. So 1 ZiG, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 and 200 with the gold backing that aims to provide stability. Gold backing, of course, that's the most important thing. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, total 7 and 8 different notes are there of 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 and 200. So this is all about ZiG. We understood why it was needed, why it was brought in and what impact is expected. Now impact would not be automatic. To get the desired impact, you need to have proper economic policy. Apart from that, you need to also ensure transparency, right? And also the entire economy needs to improve its capability, efficiency, production and everything in order to ensure that the desired impact is realized. All right. Thank you.